How good is your dog's memory? Do they remember every face, smell, or behavior of the people they live with? Do they have a good or bad memory? The answer is that they have both, and it depends entirely on what you're asking them to remember. Scientists split memory into two main types, and dogs handle them very differently. The first type is the kind that builds through repetition. It's more like general knowledge than a memory of a specific moment. For example, when you say the word walk and your dog immediately runs to the door, their memory attached the word to the act of going for a walk. Commands, routines, the sound of the leash, or specific words, all of that lives in their memory, and dogs are actually very good at this type of remembering. If there is enough repetition, it will stick for their entire life. The second type of memory is related to specific events: when, where, and what happened. Humans have that type of memory. If you broke a bone or have been in a car accident, you probably remember the exact moment, even if it was never your goal to memorize it. For a long time, scientists believed this kind of memory was unique to humans. The idea was that to remember yourself in a past experience, you need to be self-aware. You need a sense of yourself as a being that exists across time. And the assumption was that animals didn't have that. A 2016 experiment was designed to try to understand if dogs can remember something that happened. The scientists used a training method called do as I do, where dogs learn to watch their owner perform an action and then copy it on command. The command is just do it. The owner performs some action in front of the dog, in one case, walking over to an umbrella on the floor and tapping it with his hand. Then the dog was led behind a partition. No command given. No signal that any of this would matter. After either 1 minute or 1 hour, the dog was brought back out, told to lie down, and then, completely unexpectedly, the owner said, "Do it." 95% of the dogs succeeded in the test. They walked over to the umbrella and tapped it with a paw. They had stored what happened even though nobody told them to remember it. But the most interesting part was that the dogs tested after 1 hour did worse than the dogs tested after 1 minute. The memory faded over time. That's exactly what you'd expect from this type of recall. Experiences stored in the moment degrade as time passes. Now, with all of that said, here's where it gets counterintuitive. Even though dogs can store specific experiences, their ability to hold on to something in the short term, in the moment, is quite limited. A study that compared 25 animal species found that the average animal loses access to a specific piece of information in about 27 seconds. Dogs came in at around 2 minutes, which is above average for the animal kingdom, but still strikingly short. What this means in practice? If your dog does something wrong and you don't catch it immediately, it's already gone. He cannot connect your frustration 10 minutes later to what he did 10 minutes ago. The famous guilty look, head down, ears back, and avoiding eye contact, is a stress response to how you're acting, rather than a recognition of past wrongdoing. Several studies have confirmed this by testing dogs who had actually done nothing wrong but were greeted by owners acting displeased, and the same look appeared. Put it all together and a clearer picture emerges. Short-term recall, the ability to hold a specific thing in mind right now, fades within a couple of minutes. But the capacity to form real memories of experiences, things that happened once and that they weren't trying to record, is real and has been demonstrated in controlled experiments. And one more thing that changes how you should think about all of this. Dogs have roughly 300 million scent receptors. Humans, only 5 million. A big part of how your dog encodes and retrieves information about the world is through smell, not sight or sound. Many of the tests designed to measure animal memory were built around visual tasks, which is the channel humans rely on. When researchers built a memory test specifically for dogs using odors instead of visual cues, the dogs performed significantly better. Which means the standard tests may have been measuring dogs through the wrong window and consistently underestimating what they're actually capable of. If this changed how you see your dog's memory, subscribe to Dog Lunar so you don't miss our next video. And tell us in the comments, has your dog ever clearly remembered something from a long time ago? And here are some more videos if you want to know more about dog psychology and behavior.